back to Poke Break. Tormentic here, and I know I covered Mewtwo a little bit yesterday in the video, but I want to do a follow-up video. I spent a lot of today raiding Mewtwo, trying to find that shiny, and I gotta tell you, it was brutal. This is by far the hardest 5-star raid that they have ever introduced, especially since it's almost at 67,000 CP when you're going to fight it. So let's go over again exactly what it has and what is in store. What you're looking for CP-wise to catch non-boosted is 2387 for a perfect. What you're looking for a boosted is 2984. Now it is boosted by weather, I would say. It is weak to bug, dark, and ghost type, but it doesn't matter. This thing packs a punch. Now the charge move you're trying to look out for is Psy Strike. That thing will pretty much one-hit KO most of almost any mon that you want to throw out at it. Now, your counters are pretty standard, just like I was talking about yesterday. Giratina in Origin form, Gengar, Mewtwo, Tyranitar, Weevil, and Absol. I used mainly my Tyranitar and my Mewtwo's, and they did a good amount of damage to it. But the thing is, though, is that you have to have minimum, I want to say, 6, maybe 7 at the least number of people in the raid in order to take this thing down. It is not like other 5-stars that you can 4, maybe 5-man them. You need a full team of at least 6 or 7, and I gotta say again, you have to be able to try to dodge. Like, that was the big thing that really surprised me, especially Psy Strike. I mean, I can't stress enough how much you should try to dodge that move. Now, I know this is also pretty standard for most people who try to catch legendaries. I don't normally use it all of the time, but you really want to set up your throws. If you notice what I'm doing right here is I'm using the raspberry, and then I'm actually pressing down on the screen in order to get the circle the size that I want it, to try to get that excellent throw. And then I'm only throwing the ball really when it attacks. And that's really because you really don't know what this thing is going to do, if it's going to attack, if it's going to sit there and stare at you for 30 seconds. Sometimes it just will keep jumping up and down. So this really is the best way, I feel, to especially get those excellent throws. Now, I will say, though, that even if you get an excellent throw every single time, it's not going to guarantee you to actually catch this thing. I want to say a good 75% of the time I was fighting that it would jump out after one shake. And as you can see right here, sometimes it will jump continuously, nonstop. I mean, for a good 30, 45 seconds. Other times it will stand there and it will just stare at you, it seems, for about another 30 seconds. So the only real way of, like, I feel to guarantee to actually hit the thing is going to be to do the trick where you get the circle where you want it, and then you actually throw the curveball when it attacks. Now, I was raiding with both my main account and a secondary account, and I want to say I did roughly about 11 raids today. So that would technically be 22 raids, and the numbers on catching it were kind of ridiculous. I want to say out of the 11 on my main account, I only caught it 3 times. And on my secondary account, I want to say I caught it probably about 6 or 7 times. I can't really remember. But again, it just would not want to stay in the ball. This is going to be one of the hardest things probably that you'll ever try to catch, and so far in the game, 5-star wise, because it, again, the CP on it is bad enough in order to actually fight it, but then on top of it, you also have to deal with it attacking. I was able to get 1 shiny on my main account. I was super stoked. I wish I could have recorded it because I was sitting in my car. It popped up with the green Mewtwo, and I ran out of my car and started doing a little dance. It was quite funny. But again, going into the shiny chance, with it being a legendary, you do have a 1 in 19 chance of being able to get a shiny, which does pretty much match up to what my numbers were today with the 22 raids or so that I was able to do. It was actually funny to me because I was so excited about getting the shiny that I actually missed my first 2 throws, and I was like, oh god, I gotta stop and I gotta buckle down. And I'm super impressed with the shiny. It looks awesome. I really hope that everyone actually watching this gets a chance to be able to get a shiny. Again, it's 1 in 19 19 chance roughly, according to Sylph Road, and you just got to keep at it. Like, that's pretty much what I did most off and on all day. Was I would hit a couple raids and then I wouldn't, and then I'd do it again and then I wouldn't. And I gotta say too, I'm kind of interested in this because it seems like they're clustering the raids. Most of the time when I was out, there were about 3 or 4 around us at one time, so we could hit multiples, which was really nice. Now, there's the close-up picture of the Mewtwo. It's probably one of my favorite shinies that I own at the moment right now. I will probably continue to do some more raids later this week, especially tomorrow with the raid hour, Wednesday from 6 to 7 local time. Definitely want to try to do that if you can. Might be your best chance of being able to hit as many raids at one time also. And there it is, that Psystrike. That is such a crazy move. 90 damage. It charges twice. I'm really excited to be able to use that in upcoming battles. But lastly, again, my advice is make sure you have a group of 6 to 7 people minimum, especially if you have friend bonuses. That will help. You also want to make sure that you do the circle trick where you get the circle down to the size that you want it and then only throw the ball when he attacks, because again, it's really random when he attacks or when he jumps, and man, he likes to jump. But my name is niantic. I hope you found this helpful. Give the video a like, subscribe to the channel for more tips and tricks, and as always, I will catch you next time.